I recall sitting in houses where windows would get smashed, ultimately because people of different color. And then slowly this problem has moved to people of religion, and more specifically Muslims. And we'd like to look at sometimes what is our response as Muslims to such challenges. Even more, it becomes very, very normal in the media. It becomes normal in the media to be able to ridicule, look down upon, and say what you want, how you want against the Muslims. And Muslims, on the other hand, many a time sadly sit back and take it on the chin. Rather, should that be our response, or is our response slightly different? Take, for example, COVID-19. When the world was in lockdown, everything was closed. And the media, the role that the media has also to exacerbate Islamophobia cannot be ruled out. Be that BBC, CNN, or whoever. Be it whoever. But the point is, during COVID-19, for those of you who have been very vigilant in how it was being reported, sadly you'd see Muslim communities ghettoized. Women in hijab and niqab portrayed in areas of an outbreak. How come others are not being portrayed in this way? How come it's Muslims? Then you find that the Muslim communities are being attacked. That when it came to widespread areas, on purpose we found many Muslim communities being targeted. Because either they were going to the masajid, or they were going to collective communities. Here in Sunderland, we saw some of those challenges. The point isn't to raise the problem, but the point is to highlight that Islamophobia is becoming such an issue that we as Muslims have a responsibility to stand up for our deen. We can't expect national mass media to do that for us. We don't expect governments to do that for us. Rather, the Prophet ﷺ and the Quran advocates that we stand up for our religion and we stand up for our deen. It is the core responsibility of Muslims that we protect our own honor, our izzah, our position, and of course our deen. At times, as I've said, we have experienced Islamophobia in different ways. Sometimes some of you may have experienced because somebody has said something to you. Sometimes you might be walking on the street and somebody might be pressing the horn. Sometimes somebody might be verbal to you. And sometimes we've seen people being attacked. All why? Because of their religion. All because of their religion. And this cannot be accepted. And we also as a Muslim community have a responsibility. Sadly, the impact of Islamophobia is experienced in different ways by different people. Those that are physically attacked, of course they have to go through the difficulty and the hardship and the suffering. However, we should never think to ourselves that we are safe. Because who knows, tomorrow the tables can turn and we can also be going through difficulties and challenges and what others are also going through. The Prophet ﷺ, narrated by Imam Muslim in his Sahih, the Prophet ﷺ says that مَثَلُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ فِي تَوَادِّهِمْ وَتَرَاحُمِهِمْ وَتَعَاطُفِهِمْ مِثْلُ الْجَسَدِ. That the believer in their mutual mercy, love and compassion are like a single body. إِذَا اشْتَكَى مِنْهُ عَدْوٌ تَدَاعَ لَهُ سَائِرُ الْجَسَدِ. If one part of the body feels pain, then the entire body will join in that pain, and the entire body will remain awake and experienced in suffering. The Prophet ﷺ, the reason he mentions this is that we as a Muslim community are a single unit, as an ummah. And I say this again and again. Nowadays we're more worried about how we pray salah differently. We worry about, is this according to my manhaj or not? We've got bigger problems to worry about. We've got bigger fish to fry. And we need to be thinking about how do we come together as a united community to deal with some of our challenges. That's why in a very famous narration, the Prophet ﷺ has said, Yadullahi ala al-jama'ah. Yadullahi ala al-jama'ah. Allah's assistance, Allah's support is upon an ummah, upon a community. So you can go off and doing your own thing in a tangent. You can do your own thing in a tangent. However, dealing with problems will be more difficult. However, if we come together as a community, regardless of our race, regardless of our position, regardless of our background, we bring ourselves under one umbrella because of the ummah. Inshallah, this will enable us to deal with our problems together and find solutions to our situations.